allowed wrong things in our bedroom, and I don't think my wife loves me as much as before. I was hoping to bring us closer, and it has done the opposite.
Not uncommon.
Not uncommon at all.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything to that?
Sure.
Yeah. Go for it.
But I can tell some gender things based on the question,
Sure.
so I will speak to that. I think there is a little bit of a trend where men will try to bring in activities or behaviors or things, and it doesn't mean that women don't like those.
For sure.
But that's their kind of, they gravitate toward problem solving, the lack of connection that way, instead of everything we talked about earlier.
Right.
And I think to a point, to something you said earlier, like it wasn't with her consent, it wasn't mutual, it wasn't explored together.
Right.
And so it's actually a very lonely making experience.
Yep.
So it pulls away the connection. And so, you know, I don't know, I can't speak for her if she doesn't love him as much, but I can say this. Lots of times women will turn down sex and it's not about him. She just doesn't like the sex she's being offered. And
That's
so,
good.
yeah, it's not that
Yeah.
she doesn't like sex and it's not that she doesn't like him. She doesn't like what she's being offered. And so there probably could be a pivot there.
Yeah.
But again, we've got to get to letting her figure out what she wants. It needs to be a collaborative experience.
Yeah. And we don't even know what the wrong things are.
Yeah.
You know, when it's such a blanket statement like that, it could be anything, what people are doing nowadays,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
I think my invitation to this husband is to repent to his wife,
For
Oh,
not
that's
including
good.
her.
to apologize to her.
That's good.
If you acknowledge that you brought wrong things into the bedroom, and it's led to you thinking that your wife doesn't love you as much before, just go apologize. Go say, I'm so sorry.
I can't imagine how healing that would be for a woman
sure.
for a woman to get that from her husband and go, "Hey, I screwed this up.
Yeah.
I want to do better." And just the ownership in that.
It
And
helps so
contrition,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think in the vulnerability.
That's intimacy.
Yeah, that's intimacy, right? And the vulnerability is right there. I was just to say, I apologize to you. I want to ask your forgiveness. I brought some things into this marriage hoping it would bring us closer. I can see it's done just the opposite.
Yeah.
Would you please forgive me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I made assumptions
Mm-hmm.
that I realize were wrong.
Yeah.
And I apologize to you. Will you please forgive me? And let's start over. I would like to do this with you
Yeah.
and not simply for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an adventure you go on together.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's hard to
interesting.
wind up in Italy by yourself.
I want to.
That would be terrible.
I'm assuming, I don't know, and I just wonder if maybe if the husband, just based on what this says, brought in the wrong things to the bedroom, and I don't think my wife loves me as much, is a really strong statement.
It is.
Not to say distant from me, but to say she doesn't love me as much is very strong as before. I was hoping to bring us closer and it's done the opposite. Sometimes, if maybe a woman feels like her husband did something that turned her off or turned her away, she might, I wonder if she looks at him differently now.
She might.
You know
Yeah,
what I
she
mean?
might.
Like, I wonder if she looks at him different and almost like, I can't believe my husband would do this.
Uh-huh.
Or
Yeah.
ask me to do this.
Yeah,
Or ask
for
me
sure.
to participate in this.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew him better than that.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't the man, you know. These are thoughts that go through
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
people's head, and it's possible that maybe she feels that way, and I'm hoping it's not. But just to piggyback off what Jenna and Tim have said, you know, I will encourage you to just confront again and just say, hey, I apologize and I didn't know, and here's where that came from in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's where I thought it was okay, but maybe it wasn't in the end, and I apologize. And now that you don't think it's okay, I don't want it to be okay for me either. You know, that just does, that brings a level of just healing, openness, and it should give her an ear to hear what you're saying. Thank you for your question.
It's great.